All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up we have 3 2-minute rounds of boxing action for you. Would you welcome first, into the blue corner, representing Prince Fighting Association, Yani, Hickman. 'And would you welcome his opponent into the red corner, representing the Spartans gym, Andy Webb. 3 2-minute rounds of boxing action. Hickman in the blue, Webb in the red.
Gentlemen, in the middle. Okay, gentlemen, you know what I expect. Protect yourself all the time to obey my commands at all times. If you look up and you don't initiate a break, I shall stop, break, back at the action. If I call a timeout or a count and I'm not dealing with you, you're in a neutral corner. Any questions? Touch gloves. Good luck.
So Malcolm, this is changing things up a little bit this evening here. This is 3 2-minute rounds of boxing.
That's right, and I do admit I have a vested interest in this one. Andy Webb from the club that I ran for 20 years, Spartan Gym.
Of course.
2 of my fighters now running the gym full-time, Carl Mallinson and his brother Grant. And I've watched Andy Webb. He's a tiny little boxer, but you can see at the weight, Yani looks much more natural at the weight. In fact, he looks like he's cut and come down from a bigger weight, to be honest. But Webb not intimidated and throwing good body shots. You feel, though, that if Hickman lands, he's going to land strong. Webb started with me as a young man and fought kickboxing as a teenager. Left to do his own thing, like a lot of people do. Grow up, have a family. Then came back and said he wanted to try his boxing luck.
And here he is today, right in front of you while you commentate on his fight.
Use that jab. Use that jab.
Now, he's fighting a good fight, but I think he has to be very wary because Yani Hickman looks like he has real power in those hands.
Indeed, Malcolm, Yani is without a doubt, as you can see, he is an extremely solid fighter. And if one of those blows, if that hook, for example, there had landed, well, that could have been all over for Andy.
That's it. As I said, he looks like to me a man coming down the weight. Webb looks like a man coming up the weight, which means he has to focus for the full 3 rounds to win this. He's doing a good job of point scoring.
He's also using the outside ring extremely well.
Yes, you just feel, though, this fight will take on a different complexion if Hickman lands cleanly at least one shot.
It's a few heavy blows coming through there, and if, like we've just said, Malcolm, if one of those lands, this will end the fight for Andy, unfortunately. Andy needs to be careful, especially of that right hook there from Yani.
Well, he's doing the right thing, because what I have noticed is Hickman does tuck up when Webb throws, which means if he's tucked up, he's not throwing his own shots. So if Webb stays busy and keeps him on the back foot, you've got less chance of those bombs coming through. But you can see, Hickman set out his stall. He knows he's got finishing power. This is where Webb doesn't want to be.
And lucky for Andy there, he evaded that barrage of hooks that were coming in. He took at least 2 or 3 of them, and that 4th one, if he had taken that, how much more would he have been able to take after that?
So for me, just like our last fight, this is a clash of styles. The man that's going to use technique and pop-off combinations to move against the powerhouse. Now, right at the end of that round, Webb caught a good shot, and his knees went ever so slightly.
And Yani seems to be using he uses his front hand extremely well to line him up for the shots, which is, you know, it's typical boxing.
And for me, for the first time, the best means of defence here tonight is a fence from Webb. This is where he doesn't want to be. He needs to be throwing leather to make Hickman tie up. There, like that. Make Hickman think. Keep the shots coming so Hickman can't throw. Because when Hickman's throwing, I wouldn't want to be on the end there.
Disappointed there with those last two heavy punches thrown from Hickman. I mean, they were both miles out. The tug on those two punches was unbelievably out, actually, Malcolm, for such a someone who's such an experienced fighter.
That was better though to the body from Hickman. Now, when you're a knockout artist, I can't stress enough to my own boxers how good it is to work the body to bring those hands down. And Hickman only did it once, and you can hear his corner. That's the right call. The body is the right call from the corner, because then the hands will come down.
Also, for Yani, who has obviously missed a few of those shots there, the body's actually a wider target area, so he stands much more of a better chance of actually landing that shot.
See, now Webb, he does the right thing. He fires in bunches, then he needs to get in close and hold his man. It's not pretty, but you do it. Whereas, you know, Hickman's telegraphing that right hand as well. Set it up with the left. Stiff jab, then the right to the body. As it is, it's not happening. Webb fighting the right fight against a very strong, powerful opponent. But he's got to focus the whole 3 minutes. That body shot hurt him. You see what happens when a body shot comes in? He's got to stay focused for 2 full minutes of each of these 3 rounds.
Just needs to be careful of those punches, as we've said. I mean, this coming to the end of this fight, a lot of those punches there from Hickman have missed.
And do you know what? You're wasting energy there.
He's burning himself out. Yeah. He's burning himself out here, Malcolm. Again, another heavy punch thrown, but missed.
Well, that took on the gloves as well. He's tucked up here. These are on the gloves, and then Webb fires back.
2 uppercuts which missed, but then he did come round with a hook which caught him quite well there.
I think he needs to stay focused.
I think he's been given a warning there. He was grabbing the back of his head when he was firing off those punches, Malcolm.
But look, he's not setting up that right hand. He's not setting it up effectively. I think if Yani was to throw a couple of jabs in the big right hand, he'd have more. As it is, Webb's frustrated him.
Well, yes, coming to the end of this round, Yani is he's wasted a lot of energy off there. There's a low blow there from Yani as well, though.
2 shots after the bell from Hickman, and do you know what? That's sheer frustration. The right thing, he's ducking a lot, he's tucking up a lot. I'd still like him to throw more on the counter, because Yani is wide open when he throws, wide open with those big shots. And you need to score points of your own as well, because Yani's not going to change. He's going to look to take his head off. You can see he's just waiting to tee up. Look, it's like ready to fire a gun. You know what's going to come.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to wait.
Yeah,
he's waiting for that one big shot there. I think he wants to try and end it. And they were some heavy blows, just not all of them connected. Again, another big heavy right hook that didn't connect, Malcolm.
And then Webb hits well to the body.
And a well-timed body shot, as you say.
Yani's, to me, telegraphs too much of his work. And then Webb caught him with a good right, and that is when he's not throwing. Andy could win here on points if he carries on fighting the way that he is. There's so many shots there, so many heavy blows. There you go. These are the little shots from, and actually his body shot got through, and Yani Hickman for the first time is slowing up.
So far, which way would you throw this fight, Malcolm?
It's close because Hickman is powerful, but are they scoring Webb's little combinations? It's interesting to see. This is where Hickman is at his best, when he actually works the body, which his corner has constantly asked him to do. His corner has begged him to work the body.
And let's not forget that even if Andy did start to bring this fight forward for himself on points, that he still needs to keep clear of those heavy blows.
And he needs to keep throwing himself. This is the risk he has to take. He has to throw himself. And you heard Webb's corner saying you've got to work now yourself. It's not enough to evade and make your man miss. You've got to grit your teeth and work yourself. I don't think he'll go away happy that he's frustrated a hard-hitting puncher if he loses.
No, he's fought extremely well, Malcolm. There's no two ways about it. In fact, both of them have. It's just I'm just a little bit disappointed here with Yani being such a powerhouse fighter, and he has some beautifully amazing techniques, but he just keeps missing them all.
He's being warned again.
It's almost a 50-50 thing here with Yani's hits. It's like 50% of his heavy blows hit, and the other 50 don't. I think once Yani gets to the point where he can land every single one of those...
He's lost a point for holding here. Hickman has lost a point for holding. Now, this is really interesting.
He was warned earlier on.
He was warned
earlier. I did say to you earlier, he was warned for holding on to the back of Andy's head.
That is the frustration for Hickman. That is the frustration for him.
Now he knows he needs to get this point back.
And he's got 10 seconds. Webb has stayed focused the whole time.
I'm not sure whether that was a heavy hit there or whether Andy fell over his own feet.
He's not been given the count.
No, I think Andy fell over his own feet there, Malcolm.
The bell had gone. That was after the bell.
I mean, this is going to be a very close fight. We have Yani Hickman there, who was throwing some extremely heavy blows, but for me, only 50% of those blows were hitting. But if one of them had come through and hit, it could have been all over for Andy. But Andy, well timed with those smaller shots, using the ring extremely well, coming from the body, head.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as always tonight, cracking entertainment. Let's hear it for both your boxers in the ring. And we have a majority decision. Your judges in favour of the blue corner, Yani Hickman. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now have a 15-minute break before the big second half of our show.